Everyone. It is a great honor to join you for the Africa Internet Summit. Thank you to Afrinic and AFNOG, our host TESPAC, and everyone who has worked to bring this community together. I would also like to recognize Dr. Ni Queno, whose leadership and commitment have helped shape the growth of the Internet in Africa and continue to inspire the community. That same spirit is reflected across the summit. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the many people and organizations represented at this summit: network operators, country code top-level domain managers, research and education networks, civil society organizations, governments, businesses, technical experts, academics, and many others whose daily work keeps the Internet functioning across this vast region. Before I begin my remarks, I would also like to remember and honor one of the true pioneers of the Internet, the late ICANN board member, Alan Barrett. Alan was instrumental in setting up the first Internet connection for South African universities. He is credited with creating the .ca.za zone, helped form Afrinic, and served as Afrinic's CEO from 2015 to 2019. His deep knowledge and commitment to the Internet community in Africa helped build the bedrock of Internet governance, and his tireless work ethic and technical brilliance leaves behind a monumental legacy not only in Africa but across the global Internet governance landscape. On behalf of the ICANN board, I extend our deepest sympathies to his family and to all present here today who had the honor of knowing Alan. Our board already feels his loss greatly, and I hope we continue to honor his steadfast commitment to our mission through our work. It is a privilege to speak to you today to reflect on a defining question of our time. How do we shape Africa's Internet future in a way that is inclusive, transformative, and enduring? The answer lies not in a single solution, but in a powerful combination of forces that is the heart of this year's theme for the summit: shaping Africa's Internet future through collaboration, innovation, and resilience. These are not just abstract ideas. They are the practical pillars that will power Africa's digital transformation, ensuring that the continent does not simply participate in the global digital economy, but helps to shape and lead it. I will start by addressing collaboration, which is key for building together for scale and inclusion. Africa's Internet future cannot be built in isolation. The continent is diverse, with over 50 countries, hundreds of languages, and varying levels of infrastructure development. This diversity is a strength, but it also means that progress depends on cooperation across borders, sectors, and communities. Collaboration is essential because it allows governments, private sector actors, civil society, and international partners to align their efforts. No single entity has the resources or reach to build the digital infrastructure Africa needs on its own. When governments create enabling policies, service providers invest in connectivity, and local communities contribute contextual knowledge, then the result is far more impactful than any standalone effort. For example, regional initiatives to expand cross-border fiber networks demonstrate how collaboration can lower barriers and increase access. Similarly, public-private partnerships have already begun to connect rural and underserved communities, bringing millions online for the first time. Beyond infrastructure, collaboration fosters trust and shared responsibility. It ensures that digital transformation is not imposed from the top down, but shaped by the people it is meant to serve. In doing so, it promotes inclusivity, ensuring that women, youth, and marginalized groups are not left behind. Global organizations like ICANN play a vital role in advancing Africa's digital future by providing technical expertise, coordination, and resources. But lasting progress is not imported. It is built within the region. It depends on local leadership, regional priorities, and the knowledge of communities who understand their own environments and languages and opportunities. This principle is at the core of ICANN's Africa strategy, developed in partnership with the African Internet community and carried forward in the 2026-2030 regional strategy. It aligns regional priorities with ICANN's global responsibility to ensure the stability, security, and resilience of the Internet's domain name system and unique identifiers. The Coalition for Digital Africa brings this approach to life, uniting local, regional, and global partners to strengthen critical Internet infrastructure. The results are measurable. Engagement has reached stakeholders in over 40 countries, and DNS root server clusters in Nairobi and Cairo are improving performance and reliability. Today, approximately 80% of African root queries are resolved locally, reducing latency, lowering external dependency, and strengthening resilience. This is not just about outcomes, it is about approach. Solutions shaped by regional needs, guided by local expertise, and built for long-term sustainability. In short, collaboration is the foundation upon which Africa's digital future must be built. Without it, progress will be fragmented and uneven. With it, Africa can move forward with unity and purpose. I would like to now address innovation, which is key to unlocking Africa's unique potential. If collaboration lays the foundation, innovation is the engine that drives Africa's Internet future forward. Africa does not need to replicate models from other regions. Instead, it has the opportunity to develop solutions tailored to its unique challenges and opportunities. Innovation is important because it transforms constraints into catalysts for creativity. Limited infrastructure, for instance, has led to the rise of mobile-first solutions that have revolutionized access to financial services, healthcare, and education. Mobile money platforms are a prime example. Born out of necessity, they have become global benchmarks for financial inclusion. Africa's young and rapidly growing population is another powerful driver of innovation. With a median age under 20 in many countries, the continent is home to a generation that is digitally curious, entrepreneurial, and eager to solve problems. Supporting this generation through education, access to technology, and investment opportunities are critical. Innovation also requires ecosystems, spaces where ideas can grow into viable solutions. Tech hubs, startup incubators, and research institutions play a key role in nurturing talent and connecting innovators to funding and mentorship. Governments can support these ecosystems by reducing regulatory barriers and encouraging experimentation. Importantly, innovation must be inclusive and locally relevant. Solutions that work in urban centers may not translate directly to rural areas. By involving local communities in the design process, innovators can ensure that technologies are practical, affordable, and impactful. For ICANN, one of the clearest examples of local innovation shaping Africa's digital future is language. Africa's linguistic diversity should be reflected online, enabling people to access and use the Internet in the languages that define their daily lives, cultures, and communities. This is where universal acceptance and internationalized domain names are critical. Universal acceptance ensures that all valid domain names and email addresses function across systems while internationalized domain names allow them to appear in local scripts. Together, they make the Internet more inclusive and accessible. While these standards exist, adoption remains uneven. ICANN, through the Coalition for Digital Africa, is working with partners to build awareness and technical capacity. In collaboration with the Association of African Universities, over 300 universities have been engaged, with fully UA-compliant institutions increasing from 44 to 105. Pilot programs in Tanzania, Uganda, and Senegal are further advancing this effort. This is not only technical work, but also human. When people cannot use their own languages online, participation is limited. A more inclusive Internet enables greater creativity, identity, and opportunity. Supporting local participation in initiatives like the new GTLD program will further expand Africa's digital presence and strengthen its role in shaping the Internet's future. Ultimately, innovation empowers Africa not just to participate in the global digital economy, but to shape it. It positions the continent as a creator of technology, not just a consumer. Now, coming to resilience for sustaining progress in a changing world. While collaboration and innovation drive progress, resilience ensures that progress is sustained. In a rapidly changing world, Africa's internet ecosystem must be able to withstand and adapt to challenges, whether they are economic shocks, climate impacts, cybersecurity threats, or political instability. Resilience is important because digital systems are now deeply embedded in every aspect of society. Disruptions to connectivity can affect education, healthcare, commerce, and governance. Building resilient infrastructure, such as redundant networks and decentralized systems, helps ensure continuity even in times of crisis. Cybersecurity is another critical dimension of resilience. As more people and services come online, the risks of cyber attacks increase. Strengthening digital security frameworks, investing in local expertise, and promoting awareness amongst users are essential steps to protect both individuals and institutions. Resilience is more than a technical achievement. It is a shared responsibility. Strong networks, distributed infrastructure, and skilled operators are essential, and the progress is measurable. DNSSEC validation in Africa grew from 21% to 44% between 2020 and 2025, the largest regional increase globally during that period. 9 CCTLDs established DNSSEC chains of trust, and over 60 network operators received direct technical support. These gains reflect sustained investment in the systems that make the Internet reliable and secure. Yet, technical strength alone is not enough. The Internet is built on a distributed model. No single institution operates it. No single actor can secure it. Its resilience depends equally on broad, informed, and sustained participation through the multi-stakeholder model. When technical experts, policymakers, civil society, businesses, and academics engage in the same conversations, the Internet becomes stronger for everyone. Resilience also extends to policy and governance. Flexible and forward-looking regulations enable countries to adapt to emerging technologies and changing circumstances. Rather than rigid rules, adaptive frameworks allow for innovation while safeguarding public interests. Perhaps most importantly, resilience is about people. It is about equipping individuals with the skills to navigate a digital world, adapt to new technologies, and recover from setbacks. Digital literacy, continuous learning, and inclusive access are all key components of a resilient society. Africa has already demonstrated remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. By embedding this resilience into its digital strategies, the continent can ensure that progress is not only achieved but sustained for generations to come. Africa's national research and education networks, the NRENs, represent one of the most important and often overlooked pillars of the continent's digital future. They are not simply discounted internet providers for universities. The strongest NRENs have evolved into full-service research and education infrastructure providers, delivering national backbones, cybersecurity functions, cloud services, identity federation, research computing, and video collaboration. They are platforms for innovation, knowledge, and scientific collaboration. Across Africa, a new generation of NRENs is demonstrating what is possible. South Africa's SANREN and TENET operate a high-speed national research network serving universities, vocational colleges, and historically disadvantaged institutions. Kenya's Keynote has connected more than 200 institutions, including primary and secondary schools, through a member-governed model with no annual government funding. That achievement is remarkable. Uganda's RENU has emerged as one of the most dynamic NRENs on the continent, connecting universities, research institutes, and schools while pioneering public-private partnerships that extend EduRoam Wi-Fi access beyond campuses into hostels, libraries, cafes, and public spaces across Greater Kampala. Morocco, Egypt, and Zambia operate established physical networks, while Tanzania, Rwanda, Malawi, Mozambique, Ethiopia, and Somalia are advancing through the Ubuntu Net Alliance at various stages of development. A positive and growing trend is that African NRENs are increasingly engaging with open science, research data platforms, digital identity systems, and cybersecurity best practices. They are supporting agriculture, climate science, and data-driven research, not just providing connectivity. The journey is not without its challenges, but they are challenges that Africa's NREN community is well positioned to overcome. Reducing wholesale capacity costs, strengthening national fiber ecosystems, clarifying policy frameworks, and building more resilient campus infrastructure are all within reach, and progress is already being made. Campus networks, often the starting point for deeper digital transformation, represent an enormous opportunity. Investments in structure, Wi-Fi, identity management, and skilled IT teams will unlock the full value of the high-speed connectivity that NRENs provide. Talent development, too, is a solvable challenge. By creating compelling career pathways, fostering professional communities, and building institutions where talented engineers want to stay and grow, NRENs can become destinations of choice, not stepping stones to the private sector. The central ambition for African NRENs, transitioning from project-funded networks to permanent national research infrastructure, is ambitious, but it is entirely achievable. R&E networks around the world have walked the same path, and Africa benefits from their experience. With growing government recognition, stronger regional coordination, and a vibrant community of practice already in place, African NRENs have every ingredient needed to make this transition. The momentum is real, the community is committed, and the vision is clear. What makes the African R&E ecosystem genuinely inspiring is its culture of mutual support. NRENs, regional networks, AFNOG, AFRINIC, campus engineers, librarians, open science advocates, and international partners reinforce one another through training, operator workshops, routing support, EduRoam deployment, and policy advocacy. AFNOG and the Africa Internet Summit have been foundational in building human capacity, technical knowledge, and a shared professional identity across the continent, creating a strong human network that is itself a durable asset for Africa's internet future. Africa now has a continental RNE backbone through Ubuntu Net Alliance, WACREN, and ASREN. The infrastructure exists, the community exists. The next phase must be about sustainability, impact, and relevance, not just more bandwidth. This means prioritizing trusted digital identity, open science, research visibility, shared services, and campus network investment. It means securing government recognition and long-term funding for NRENs as national knowledge infrastructure. It means creating talent retention strategies that keep the best and brightest engaged in the communities that train them. And it means positioning NRENs as platforms for innovation, responsive to Africa's distinct scientific needs and development priorities. The foundation has been built. The community is strong. Now is the time to ensure that Africa's research and education networks deliver not just connectivity, but a lasting infrastructure for knowledge, collaboration, and scientific leadership on the world stage. In conclusion, shaping Africa's internet future is not a distant aspiration. It is an urgent and ongoing endeavor. Collaboration brings us together, innovation propels us forward, and resilience ensures that we endure. These three pillars are interconnected. Collaboration enables innovation, innovation strengthens resilience, and resilience reinforces the value of collaboration. Together, they form a powerful framework for building a digital future that is inclusive, dynamic, and sustainable. The work you are doing today, building collaboration, sparking innovation, and strengthening resilience, is not just about the internet as it exists now. It prepares the continent to embrace the transformative technologies of tomorrow. Artificial intelligence and quantum technologies are not on the horizon, they are here. And Africa's ability to harness them will depend entirely on the foundations you are laying right now. Every connected campus, every trained engineer, every regional partnership, and every local solution brings the continent closer to a future where Africa is not just consuming these powerful technologies, but shaping them. The digital future belongs to those who build for it. The opportunity before Africa is immense. By embracing these principles, the continent can leapfrog traditional barriers, empower its people, and take its rightful place as a leader in the global digital age. I wish you a wonderful Africa Internet Summit. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Please, let's appreciate the good message again. It's almost as though the message was tailor-made for us. I don't know how she understood our context so well. I thought this was very thoughtful and a wonderful message, which has set the tone for the entire AIS summit. I thought the message was complete. And as I mentioned, we are very good friends, and this is an illustration. Naturally, we would like to thank Tripti for the insightful message, timely message, just perfect for our context. But we also like to express appreciation to Internet2, where she's at, and also ICANN, for giving us such a good message. For me, the most important thing is we should locally develop our intentions and move forward together. So please, can we thank her again for such a good message? You know, sometimes it feels alone, but when you get a message like this, I think you feel invigorated. And I like us to take that message forward. So I really appreciate your support in that. I think we can now proceed with the updates. So please carry on. Alain is representing the Secretariat, so he will do the job for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.